wave them high. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue.
Hi kids, welcome to the Red Elephant Art Club. I'm excited that you're here. I have a really fun fall project planned today to share with you, and it's been inspired by this book. It's got how many seeds are in a pumpkin? You know, I never even thought about that question before, but it would be fun to find out if you opened up a pumpkin and counted all the seeds, huh? But this is a really cute book, and so hopefully you'll have a chance to read it. If not, Miss Carrie's read this book and she's put it on our site, so you'd be sure to look for it and listen to Miss Carrie's story, okay? Well, to get ready for our project today, you're going to need some white paper. And if you're using your tablet, make sure that you tear your paper out this time, okay? A mixed media paper or some type of heavy paper would work best. You're going to need a wide paintbrush, some black acrylic paint, and some oil pastels, just a green one and an orange one, and some chalk and some water. And that's all you need today. Anyway, you guys go get your supplies ready, and I'll see you back in a minute, okay? Hey kids, you have everything you need. You have your paper and your wide paintbrush and an orange and green oil pastel and some chalk and some black tempera paint. Now I decided to cut the paper down smaller. This is probably about a 6x6 or 6x8. And because when I did it before, I found that it was difficult to run it under the water because the paper was so big. So I suggest you cut your paper down to be smaller. Okay, hey Tiff, are you out there watching this too? Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a pumpkin. Okay, and so the first thing you're going to do, though, is to take a piece of chalk, and we're going to draw a line from about here to here, just a straight line. If you have to, just make a dot from here to there, and just draw a line. Okay, that's the very first step. And now the second thing you're going to do is take your chalk and put it right at the top here, and we're going to go over here to the end. And it's going to be like a little rainbow or like a little hill on this side. Like that, right? Now I want you to do the same thing on the other side. So put your chalk up here and go around. Now wherever we put this chalk at, the paint won't stick to it. So that's kind of cool. So don't be coloring anywhere else you don't want that to happen. So let's just go just like I'm doing here. Now put your chalk back up here, and we're going to go back here, and we're going to make a bigger rainbow going around. Okay, going to do the same thing on the other side. Put your chalk back up here, go around, and then we're going to do it one more time to make our pumpkin. Here, and then back over here. Okay, now the last thing for the drawing is to make the stem, and all you do is go up, over, and down. All right. All right. Okay, now we're going to color it with the oil pastel. And because it's an oil base, when we paint it over with the black, we're going to do a resist. We'll paint it covered with black paint, and the paint won't stick to it. Okay, so let's just color it in. And just take your time. Try not to go on your chalk. And just color the whole thing. And it doesn't matter if you miss some spots. Like, see, I didn't color the whole thing in. It might kind of even actually look better because the black will stick to that area. Okay. So anyway, this is fun. I love the fall time. It's one of my very favorite times of the year. I love the weather. I love the colors. I love all the leaves changing. And of course, there's Halloween. That's really fun. You get candy, and you get to eat pumpkin pie, and all sorts of fun things happen in the fall. Okay, I'm about going around here. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm almost done. You can put it on pause if you're not done yet. with yours. Then I'm just going to take the green and I'm going to color my stem at the top. Okay, just like that. Then I'm just going to kind of blow the extra, knock the extras off. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take my black paint, my black acrylic paint, and paint right over the top of it, just like that, over the entire piece of paper. A little messy, but it'll be okay. The whole thing black. And then you have to let it sit and dry. Okay, so I'm going to put it on pause myself and let this dry. Probably about 5 minutes or so, but then I'll come back and I'll talk to you again. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Hey kids, did you let yours dry? You know, another good tip is if you're in a hurry and you have a blow dryer, you can just take your mom's old hair dryer and blow it and it'll dry a lot faster, okay? All right, so the next step after it's all dry is we take it over to the sink and we rinse it off. And what I found is if you have a big brush, or like a giant brush or something like this, when you run it under the water, just kind of brush over the top of it. Okay, and then all the paint that's on top of your oil pastel will just come off. And wherever we put the chalk, it will just come off and leaving just all the other things black. So you don't want to scrub too hard. And that's another reason why I told you it's better if your paper is a little smaller. Because I did this before and my paper was really big. And when I tried to put it under the sink, my paper bent and it was a little difficult. So use a smaller piece of paper when you do this. I think will work out better. Okay, I'm going to turn this off for a second, and I'm going to go and use my sink and rinse mine off, and I'll be right back. You guys do the same. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, boys and girls, did you go rinse yours out? How did it turn out? I think mine turned out really good, but I have a secret to tell you. The first one I did, look, I guess it depends on what you like. I let my paint dry too long, like bone dry, and I had really hard time trying to get off the paint. See, and it took off some of the oil pastel and everything. So I quickly did another one, and I let it dry, but maybe not bone dry. And matter of fact, some parts were maybe even still a little tiny bit wet, but it turned out much better, and the paint came right off. So that's just another good tip to know. You don't have to have it totally dry. All right, so some things to remember: cut your paper smaller so it can go under the sink easier. You make sure you use oil pastels and chalk to outline it, and then don't let it dry completely, okay? And then of course you cover it with tempera paint or acrylic paint. Anyway, I sure hope that you're all having a wonderful fall season. I sure am enjoying it. And okay, I want you to make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. Let me know if you like this project. And I really want to see your projects, kids. So please take a picture of yours and post it to the Red Elephant Art Gallery on our Facebook. Okay, until next time. Bye-bye.
Can make a rainbow in the sky. Take your colors and wave them high. Red